that, guys, but I was like, we're gonna fall behind if we.
No, and we didn't even cover Secret Layers, and that was
I didn't want to cover anything but the standard sets, to be honest.
oh right,
You
yeah.
shouldn't even waste time on Innistrad, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Hey, I think it's
was
good
a
to
set.
talk about the mistakes. You know,
it was a set. I think it deserved warranted.
I don't think it deserved any talking.
I think it had a more interesting bounce back than most of the other sets we saw.
Well, but I think that's a misnomer. At 3 boxes a day, that's not much of a bounce back.
I don't think it was printed a lot, but who knows?
Yeah, and I mean, if you want it, you're gonna have to pay for it. But I just don't like. If I want anything out of there, I'll just buy it.
Yeah, and it's cheaper than ever because they did print enough of it because of the play booster boxes and the collectors combined. Like, if you want Crater Hoof, yeah, cool. You'll still spend $30 for a really cool looking one.
No,
or you can spend like $12.
I almost bought 4 of them today because they're down to $10 a copy.
Yeah, it's what I mean. Is that for some of the base editions of a lot of cards, we have seen the
no the special one, the one in Innistrad is $10. It's the cheapest version.
Oh, no shit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's still with a bonus sheet reprinting because we're seeing it included so often now. We might not ever need.
Well, because they printed it in Innistrad and then they printed it again in Tarkir.
Well, that's what I mean. Is if they are going up so that every 6 weeks there's a new set coming out that has a bonus sheet. And we do know that the bonus sheet in the previous frequency was not a big impact because that frequency has changed. We'll see that impact change. And I think we are with Crater Hoof being 10-ish bucks.
Well, and it hasn't recovered.
That's almost a year ago. That's 11 months ago, right?
Well, I think if we look at the price history of that card, it was probably like a $30 card before they reprinted it in Innistrad. And then giving it a double whammy is like, what are you fucking doing, guys?
Hashtag Cavern of Souls life.
Hell
I still got it whenever you want it back, Bob.
What is Cavern of Souls at? Has that drifted back up to the
is that $10 yet?
$50 mark?
I'll just
35.
Like,
see, there's a saturation point, right? Like
35 is the lowest.
And how long has it been at that $30 to $35 mark?
I don't know. Was it MTG stock?
Almost 2 years now.
Yeah, until we see it in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because the sewers could well be a perfect Cavern of Souls.
Sure. I mean, almost any set you could throw it into.
Well, specifically, The Last Ronin is something that they talked about. The Last Ronin is a comic book series where 3 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get killed, and so does the rat dude. And there's only one of them left, and he's the last Ronin. Well,
but Gollum's cave could easily be Cavern of Souls.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's scary about this is we've seen it with other things already where they just print it and Great Henge. Like, how did that fit into Lord of the Rings? It didn't, but it did. It did.
I don't know. I think Great Henge is still $50, isn't it?
The Great Henge? Yeah, because they haven't.
Yeah, until they print it 3 more times in 26 and 27.
Well, and put it into the regular set. That's where it got kind of crushed with Innistrad, is that it's in basically every box, right? Because it's in the regular set.
It's apparently in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
What? Wait, Great Henge or Crater Hoof?
The Great Henge. It says Avatar: The Last Airbender Eternal Legal. Oh, it's because of the banyan tree. So there must be a extra sheet card.
That's great.
I didn't even know this. I haven't looked at the sets, to be honest. So I guess I don't know. But
there's a lot of things I really dislike about the set, and it bleeds through to similar issues that I had with Final Fantasy.
Who was the one that was all in on Avatar? I thought that was you, Pat.
Nah, man. I was ready to be super disappointed.
Huh.
Yeah,
I think that you were all about the Avatar. Didn't give a shit about Final Fantasy.
Nah, man. I never had any want at all to mess with Avatar. Yeah, no, I knew.
I don't hate it.
Well, it was the money's gone from Magic the Gathering. There's no more buying and selling. there's no more easy money in Magic. There are no tendies to be had anymore. The market's good, well, and fucked. It's so volatile and honestly more so toxic than anything else.
Well, I mean, I think we really have to kind of define what that means, right?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I kind of like that artwork.
Yeah.
It looks like a butt plug.
It looks like a giant shroom to me. Which
I'll say it looks like a shroom to me. I don't know about a butt plug. That's a really wide butt plug.
That's a fatty and a shorty. That's just making width, not depth.
That's good. That's a recipe for a disaster. You got to get the stem has to be.
It's even dripping.
It is dripping.
At any rate, I mean, when you say that, I get it from your perspective that Magic finances are well and fucked. I don't think they are. I think they're actually starting to normalize out. I actually think it's still too expensive.
From my previous interactions,
from your wanting to flip and make money off of it.
Yes. Yeah, you can't get Amazon pre-orders at a cheap
How
price
many are there, Matt? How many were there? Still 4? 5.
20 sold, total of 5 sellers available, quantity 11.
5
lowest
listings.
sale price $176. That must be like the empty box or something.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, or a pack. I hate how TCG Player does that.
They're a shit site.
Damn,
they got bought out by eBay.
I keep kicking myself over. I wanted to buy 2 of these at $1,200.
Yeah, I don't
1,400, whatever.
Do that a whole lot myself anymore.
Yeah, don't kick yourself about missed opportunities, because for every one of those,
it wasn't about a missed opportunity. I was going to order it. Like, it wasn't even like I thought about ordering it. I literally had it in my cart, and I was just like, I want to wait till I get the money from the other thing, because I want to say that I used the money that from the collector boxes selling, because I was like, they were sold from Fallout, and I wanted to turn one box into a whole case. Is basically what it was.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I had the money. I just was like, I want to. Well, it's not the same money, I don't know.
Take it for this, that it is a learning experience.
2,400, still pretty decent.
But well, and I think that this is honestly that would make almost a whole show in and of itself, and we have to kind of follow the rabbit on that one. I think that warped way too much sentiment in the market. The Lord of the Rings holiday box. I think that set way too many things in motion that should not have been in motion. With the pricing, and people thought, oh, well, this is what collector boxes are going to do. Because look at that, that's a whole fucking case. You could do it with that right now, right?
I've already bought 2 of these
cases.
This is why I have it. Yeah, I have 2 cases of this.
Yeah, I bought a case of it when it released.
I'm tempted to buy more.
There's no serialized cards. I think that really is the mark of what's going to drive.
Yeah, but this is the one that had the
Lost Legends.
The Lost Legends, yeah. That's kind of serialized. Not quite, but kind of.
They were still messing with the formula, and they just don't have it on that.
The Lost Legend. Oh, yeah, Matt. It's like seeing you pick at scabs. Like it's just stop looking at it. It's not real anymore. It can't hurt you.
I was supposed to sell this. I guess I kind of still could.
Are you playing it? Do you want it? Would you rather have the card or the So Robert's table was, I was messaging him, over Christmas. Hopefully I don't dox him here. And he's talking about how he doesn't really play enough anymore to want to have the cards, but he was interested and started getting into sealed collecting, which is different than what Matt's doing. Matt is really, whether he says it or not, he is collecting them, but not really. I'm not
collecting them.
No, you're investing.
Yeah, they're investments. They're nothing. I care nothing about them.
Right. And so I wanted to talk to him on the phone, so hopefully he'll give me a call. Just to express, my take. Oh, I saw something interesting on eBay. Like if you look at Magic the Gathering, like if you just go to eBay and look at Magic the Gathering, It's like so many fucking graded cards. Who has CGC? What is that's not Rudy, right?
No, they're
He's PCG or something.
PCG, yeah.
But dude,
I don't know who
if,
PCG is. But
if you look at it's like some asshole was like, oh, let's
see something I've heard of before, but they're like the third rate. Honestly, if you include Rudy,
I think they were just bought up by Beckett or something like that. There was just a buyout recently of somebody.
But if you look on eBay, it was like I was just looking at like auctions ending soon, and it was just like pages upon pages upon pages of graded cards, and nobody's bidding on them.
For Pokemon, that was the big thing. Big thing is that you could rip a pack, and if it was a 7 out of 10 graded, it would be about equal. If you got 8, 9, or 10,
what I just realized about your little fox there,
Derpanda, his ears go through the hat.
No, well, besides that, you could actually have that. You could have just cut out holes, but what you can't cut out is a hole in the car because his stomach is actually in the hood. He's actually inside the car.
That's one of the things about AI currently is that they don't understand the boundaries of certain physical objects. That's one of the reasons why recaptchas work the way that they do, is to bound objects. There's overlap.
Like, that would be neat if you could scrape your window that way and just walk right through the engine bay.
I mean, hey man, I don't always feel like I exist. If only it could help me in certain ways.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely strange stuff afoot, and I think that honestly, it's better to get, no offense, like the flippers. I don't think are a bad part of Magic, but I don't think they're the healthiest part. So I'm glad that from your perspective,
sustainability,
from your, I think the long-term sustainability is more the collectors, people that buy collections like me that eventually go, I don't have the room for it anymore. I want to start getting rid of it. I want to downsize, offload some of this stuff to the younger generation. I'm enjoying just having it and looking at it, and that's a very hard thing to express to somebody who doesn't have the same desire, that doesn't just come down and like Matt and just turn around and look at your wall and go, I like that. That's for me. I don't, I realize there's financial value there, but I like looking at it. And
I think I'm closer to Matt with like his garage than his like Magic collection. Like when we got to like hang out, that was one of the things I felt, as far as I care more about that than I do about like Magic the Gathering. It's not an experience to look at stuff over there. I can't do anything with a sealed box, but that car, like, oh man, we could go out for like 10 minutes and it doesn't.
We could open a box, so you can certainly do, and it
ruins the whole thing. That's the thing, is like there's just an interaction that you can just do a little bit, and you can't have that. Like it's an all or nothing when you go from sealed box to ripping wrappers. But you can have something nice and just use it a little bit, and that's the type of collector stuff. Like every once in a while I'll take out like a really cool comic or an expensive book I have and read a couple of pages, and it's like, wow, this is really cool to me, and I can still do something with it. Sealed collecting doesn't do it the same way for me. It's definitely just financial, versus if I take this and I break it down, I can have fun with it, and that's its other thing. It's all or nothing for me. And I love that you're able to interact with Magic in a way I don't. That's what I love
about
a
healthy thing. I'll tell you right now, I think the poisonous part of the community are the scalpers.
Yeah, the shit I was doing. Yeah, absolutely. Buying bundles cheap, selling them high. Like if I could have made
a flipper.
Bob, if I could have fucked more people, I would have. If I could have fucked more people, I would have.
No, you could have taken your credit card out.
Lord of the Rings gift bundles came in.
No, you could have taken your credit card out wherever you got them and bought out as many as whatever they had on hand.
That's taking more risks. That's
what. Oh, I probably did. But no, scalping is different than flipping. Flipping is taking advantage of the market conditions that exist. Scalpers are trying to create a false market to push that, and they are doing unscrupulous things to obtain that and to make that happen. And that means that they're like taking out loans of money that they shouldn't be spending.
Oh,
to push
man, you went a total different way. I was just thinking, would I suck a dick for a Final Fantasy collector booster box?
No, you wouldn't.
When you said unscrupulous, like my mind went a totally
no. Like borrowing money that, well, if I get fucked, I'll just claim bankruptcy
just
or have a charge
on credit. Getting cars.
That's the scalper mentality is I will roll those dice to try to manipulate the market.
That's Pokemon.
Well, that came into Magic after Final Fantasy, and I think they need to get the fuck out. I think they're unhealthy. I think they're bad.
That's what I meant when I say that I think some of the hype from Final Fantasy was long-term not beneficial to Magic the Gathering.
Oh, I don't think that's scalpers that did that, my friend. That's the difference.
The collector booster box stuff long-term. People saw the price with Lord of the Rings special collectors, Final Fantasy collectors, and the market just went buck nutty for anything that they could get their hands on.
But that's not the scalpers that did that. I'm telling you, that's a
bunch
of
idiots is what it is. Let's be real. Show our cards. I think people that were going back and buying Crimson Vow collectors are idiots because they saw Final Fantasy spike. I don't think that translates correctly. And I think there were millions of dollars spent in the market poorly.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there, but that's not the fault of Final Fantasy. It's more the fault of Lord of the Rings.
I don't think it's a fault. I don't think it's a fault. It's not blame. It is cause and effect. That's all that is.
We were talking about scalpers, and then you went right to Final Fantasy, and I'm like, that is not scalpers. That is just
no.
Market mania.
What that pushed other people into the investor collectors. They're hey, I can go back. I can spend $140 on Crimson Vow because all of this hype for collector boxes. This has got to be a great buy right now. I think that was some of the negative reflections that we saw.
If you're saying that Final Fantasy hurt Magic in that it hurt the Timmies, it's just the next thing that hurt Timmies because Timmies are going to Timmy no matter what.
Well, that's all this is supposed to be from my side.
Because before it was buying Final Fantasy and before it was Final Fantasy during the whole COVID era and Logan Paul and all that fucking Pokemon shit, you had all these people ripping, buying boxes and ripping wrappers and I'm going to be a YouTube sensation and buy boxes.
So what this is similar to Tesla put in reported earnings and making a whole bunch of money in like 2022 or whatever, right? So all the other car companies said, we're going to make electric vehicles, right? And then 2-3 years later, they said, this is a stupid ass market. Let's not do this. I think that's what we're seeing in Magic the Gathering is that a lot of other competitors in the purchaser market are seeing, hey, some people are doing really good, these two specific products. Let's also try and do that. And now we're seeing just slow downgrade in the price of all of those products.
Well, I think what you mean,
it's not a blame thing.
You're seeing normalization from a mania. There was certainly a mania that happened during Final Fantasy, no doubt. That was maniacal behavior by by the mass populace, and that's not uncommon when there's something that's hype. Now, if you want to address, I think that Magic leans into the hype cycle far too much. I think it's not healthy for the hobby or the game itself to lean into hype cycle because you lead to shortages of product, you lead to overpriced product, which pushes people out of the market into other games that are more affordable. Like I think there's a whole lots and lots of different aspects that are problematic. Don't kid yourself. Magic absolutely leans into the hype cycle. And if you remember what they did last year that was so different than all of the years, Look at how far out in advance they pushed both Final Fantasy and Spider-Man, but didn't even hint at fucking Tarkir Dragonstorm until like a couple of weeks before release. So they are definitely aware of and leaning into hype and trying to snag the Timmy's money.
Not just that, but their marketing. It's not so much let's put up advertisements before the new movie comes out in cinemas, right? They are giving preview cards to big YouTubers. They're reaching out to YouTubers. They're sponsoring people that make media. That's how they're going.
Blame them.
Well, and that's part of it. Is there's that like negligibility. There's that buffer in between where it's how did these people communicate to you about our product that didn't belie? You know, what was the real issue here? It wasn't us. How did they tell you about us that wasn't good? I think that we're seeing a huge change in leadership, and we saw a literal change in leadership, which we didn't touch on too much. That some of the people that are in stewardship of the company,
I think that was before 2025, right? That happened back in 2024
when Cynthia Williams left. Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, even then, I mean, as we see with so many presidencies and political housings, is that so much of the previous ownership of the company, there's things in works already. So it might be the next 18 months, the next 2 years, where we actually see the big change in Magic. And maybe this is part of it in 2025. Again, we only saw one remastered set, and it was in the first month of it.
One non-standard set. Forget about remastered. How about just one non-standard set?
And I think that that's one of the focuses that we're seeing shifted with Magic is away from modern towards standard and commander. Why even focus on modern when if I shoot at standard, if I shoot at commander, you guys can take what cards out of it you want to build your modern decks.
I'll be curious to know if they actually do. Do they have any remasters this year?
I think they only said that everything they've announced is standard.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought they were doing everything standard, which is really weird. We'll see, I guess.
I'm kind of looking forward to the turtle set. I think they could do some good stuff with it.
I'm honestly not really the only part of the turtle set I'm looking forward to at all is the PvE part.
I like the lore. I grew up on that stuff.
I didn't care for it. I was a little older. I don't remember when they came out. I think it was 90s.
It's very late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I was already adult by then, but
I was a kid. That was like prime for me. Yeah.
It was always campy, and I'm like, ugh.
Yep.
Not into that. Just it never vibed with me.
Cowabunga indeed.
Yeah. Just it never resonated with me.
What am I looking forward to for Magic the Gathering in 2026?
Even though I'm a Trekkie, I'm really not that interested in the Star Trek set.
Oh God, that thing's gonna be terrible. Yeah,
one of the chicks that I play D&D with, she was like, "I'm gonna have to learn Magic now because there's Star Trek coming." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
And that's exactly how Universes Beyond is supposed to work, and so it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. I would say I want the Hobbit to be good, but God, if they fucking race swap again, I'm just.
Oh, Bob, I was going to share a card to you. If I can find this on Facebook, I'm going to send this. So it was a black Aragorn with big fat titties. And it was just the funniest thing. Yeah. I was like, Bob would hate this so much.
At this point, I'm just like
watermelons. Yeah, it was.
Ethics swapped and gender swapped. Let's go.
And mustache, beard, the whole nine still. Yeah.
So yeah, gender bender.
I think, honestly,
whatever.
For me, it's Secrets of Strixhaven. Revisiting Strixhaven, I think is going to
be fun.
Especially,
I'm actually really excited about Lorwyn. I don't know why. Wasn't around when that came out the first time, but I think it's going to be a really good set.
I think you might be onto it with a similar thing like we saw with Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's just kind of a sleeper. It's very Magic the Gathering. It's a revisiting of a plane, and I think that they'll continue along with that concept of their storytelling, because we're seeing Strixhaven again as another revisiting of a Magic the Gathering original plane. I think they're going to try and delve more into their previously created lore. And that's some of the things I want to see them do well with. They're probably going to fuck it up. They do all the time. We saw it earlier this year. But it doesn't
they're going to fuck the Hobbit. I really do. I just feel like they're going to just they're going to dock their penis right into that one.
I mean, if you mash it hard enough into a light socket, it feels like electricity. It is, but
it's I just suspect it. I don't know why, because they just did it kind of that way with Lord of the Rings, with the lore part of it, and that will turn me off. I canceled, in case you don't remember, I canceled all my orders for Lord of the Rings after I saw the previews. I was like, oh, why would you do that? Like, I don't know if you have anything that's, I don't want to say that it's sacrosanct. I'm not that worried about it in general, but it just turned me off because of what it is, why they did it. I'm just not into wokeism at all. Like fuck. Go stand on a platform somewhere else on its own merits. Stop hijacking other things.
Did you hear what they're doing with Stranger Things? Are you a fan? Do you like Stranger Things?
Fair enough. About as much as I like Avatar.
I don't like the TV show. I just like conversations about Stranger.
I like Stranger Things minus the kids. I feel like the kids of Stranger Things.
Except for the cast, I like it.
If you just take out the kids and you just actually had that as the show, it would actually be a much better show, in my opinion. One of the kids, they're coming out as gay, and so that's like people are like super like, oh my god, it's so nice. But I bet you there's a subset of people who are like, oh my god, more woke shit.
I don't really care about people being gay. I don't care about people even being transgender.
You care about people shoving it down your throat is what you call
right.
it.
Tell me a story.
That sounded a little bit gay right there.
You know what? That's
what he always says. He cares about. He doesn't want to
like.
Get shoved down
I don't like. Did you guys watch Andor? There's gay people in that. I don't care. I have gay friends, and I don't care.
Sexuality is probably should be the least interesting thing about them.
Yes,
that's the thing, is that like someone's substance of a character, who they are, should not be based around their sexuality.
I don't care that they're gay in real life. I don't care. Tell me the story. I don't care. I'm gay. I put my penis in other men's butts. Good for you.
If the story is about struggle, if it's about like how difficult it is to hide who you are, then you can tell
that's the story.
Right. There's a story. I can't tell people around me who I am. That can become a story. That is the secret of American Psycho. He goes crazy and he can't.
Or how about we just put out like the most prolific example of it. Now you guys might be a little young, but Tom Hanks did a movie called Philadelphia with Denzel Washington, where he was a gay man with AIDS. And that's what the story was about. So, okay, tell me a good, compelling story. Make me have sympathy. You want to know another one that was gay and it's a real life issue? Have you guys ever watched the movie with Keira Knightley and Benedict Cumberbatch called The Imitation Game?
No.
It's about Alan Turing in World War II and how he helped crack the Enigma code and all that stuff, but he was a gay man and they chemically castrated him and he ended up killing himself. Like,
that's where we got the Turing test from.
Huh?
That's where we got the Turing test from.
He basically created the first computer to crack the Enigma code. But like, okay, that was real. That was part of his story. It was an important part of his story. And the way that they did it wasn't like him, in a sweaty back room kissing a guy. It was just like, this is part of his life. So he had to marry his female friend at work to kind of have a cover story.
And that's the thing, is like,
and it's like they told a good, compelling story.
Yeah, next weekend is 2026. We don't really care about dudes liking dudes, girls liking girls. It's not that fucking special. Honestly, be more of a person and I'll probably care more. If your sexuality is the most important thing about you, then you're probably lacking a whole heck of a lot in your life.
And I know you guys are.
Why they're doing it is because they want to like develop more realistic characters, and as the world has changed, there have been more and more.
No, they're not. They're trying to do it in there for shock value. Period. Not that. Look, there's always been gay people, and people have always known about gay people.
Yeah, it's marketing.
And there's always been gay people stories. This is not new, and people are even accepting of a good story if it's about that. But when they shove a square, it's like Star Wars would not be a better movie if you put real sex, X-rated content in it. Sorry, it just isn't. Or
that F-Sister stuff is really taken off.
I'm just saying it would add more shock value, but it wouldn't make it a better story. And that's what movies are. And that's kind of what we're having here is a game, but now you want to try to shove woke bullshit in it. For what reason? It doesn't make it a better game that Chandra's gay.
Well, that's they can tell their own story, that's whatever. But when they have original content, like let's say all of the 4 turtles are in a polyamorous gay relationship with each other.
No, it'd be like turning all the 4 turtles into frogs. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Frogs instead of turtles.
Right. They're blue.
They'll do that for the Omen Path.
You're breaking up a lot, Matt. Did you start downloading something?
Nope.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty hard.
I blame Grinding Gear Games for this.
No, I'm not playing Pee-wee. Pee-wee's kind of bad. Pee-wee 2 is kind of bad. Pee-wee 1's great.
But I mean, it's like
I'm playing Duet Night Abyss. Maybe it is using 96% of my GPU. Maybe that's messing with RTX voice.
But I mean, and that's what I don't like. It's like you're distracting from what made the thing good, whatever the thing is, just to get some fucking message out there that, oh, there's gay people. Okay, cool.
I don't know. Maybe I'll change it to this microphone so it's not using RTX voice, and maybe it won't cut up.
And it's like you don't really need to make a gay Mickey Mouse to make the comic good.
No, but imagine if he was fucking that dog. I mean, Goofy.
Okay. Why?
How
would that make it better?
Gosh.
I mean, besides
Juvenile Laugh, it could really go nuts with their lore.
Lord of the Rings wouldn't be great if they just suddenly just started doing all this fucking swapping around in the Peter Jackson movie and like, wait a minute, that's so far off. Like, why do I care that the brother and sister are both white and black? That makes no sense. It's a platform that's being hijacked so that somebody can virtue signal somewhere. And that's terrible. And look, Disney tried to do it with The Acolyte. It's the worst rated fucking Star Wars
Disney's
IP.
An absolutely terrible company. So they tried to sue ChatGPT because they were able to make images based on their characters. After the lawsuit fell through, they publicly invested $1 billion into ChatGPT. They don't give a fuck about money, Bob.
Well, I would say that their wokeism hurts that. Know your audience, Budweiser, and fucking, what was that, Dylan Mulvaney?
Oh, yeah. Well, for a long time, I think it behooved them. It probably was productive to lean into the Southern California attitude, as it were.
And I mean, let's be realistic. Speaking about knowing your audience, let's be very real. What is the vast majority, largest
Straight white dudes. Cut you off. Straight white dudes. That's my answer, Philbin. Putting it in.
And you're missing another adjective in there.
Oh,
actually, a couple. Straight, straight, fat, single, white dude
with money, with wealthy.
Money.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're talking about the same people. I can smell the person.
You know what I'm talking about. Just go to any Friday Night Magic or any pre-release event, and
I have mirrors. I have mirrors, Bob.
I have mirror.
I have mirror.
I have mirror.
Yo tengo.
But, I mean, so why do we need to be so inclusive? Like pushing our products in these other weird directions?
Well, that's the thing. It's just
why
stay in your fucking lane doesn't make you a bunch of money.
Well, then I have the question: why not?
That's the thing, is like, how much of our core audience can we alienate versus how much money can we make? Put those numbers together, do that for last year and next year, and let me feel these waters out. And it felt like last year numbers were in a little bit of a different place than they are this year. Right now, it doesn't feel like they're trying to alienate their audience. They're just trying to get the core of every audience. They want every single.
You notice they didn't race swap a single character in Final Fantasy.
Hey, there ain't no lady turtles.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I
I feel like they got the message that that was a bad idea, Cynthia Morris.
No,
We also Funko Pops went belly up too. So yeah,
I couldn't hear you, Matt.
Square Enix probably wouldn't allow it. Japanese don't like that shit.
It's not just that. They've gotten away from it in all the rest of their products as well.
I don't know, Matt. I've seen a lot of really ladylike boys over that way.
Yeah, Final Fantasy does make very feminine men.
Honestly, I would probably date most of their cast.
Actually, I think even in the game, Sherry, if you're still listening, don't they have like gay, gender swapped, furry, like stuff in Final Fantasy? I'm pretty sure 100%.
They do. Cloud's real fucking pretty. Let's be real here. Like, if he had
that's Final Fantasy 7, you ain't seen shit till you get to Final Fantasy 14. Holy crap!
Yeah. Well,
that's like half the time when I walk in and look at her screen, I'm like, is that a dude?
The androgyny of Southeast Asian market is definitely something different. They're
okay. So if they leaned into that, it would make kind of more sense because there's already that part of that segment of the market, and fine, I don't care. What I'm saying, I hate when they go woke to try to push some other message that's not part of that already established IP. If you want to establish a new one of all new host gay character, go to Trans World plane in Magic. Fine, cool. It's a whole plane of transgendered gay open race. You can change it on whatever day you like. Make it a whole new plane. See how successful it is. See how much people relate and enjoy it. But being that I hate to say it, Matt is probably far more stereotypical with liking his lands having giant boobas on them in Magic. That would go over gangbusters if they did a lot of waifus with big boobas on Magic cards.
I can't wait.
I'm just saying. It would make sense. You got a bunch of greasy, sweaty dudes that are typically white, fat, single guys that got no game, mostly, that like looking at boobas. Okay.
Why do you think Grand Archive still exists? Yeah.
Wait. Isn't that the only purpose of what's the other thing that Weeb Schwartz? Isn't that what fucking nerdies know? Like that's literally, isn't that the whole thing for that?
Pretty much. I don't even know if there's game.
Is it a game? It's cards. I don't know if it's an actual game.
Apparently the gameplay is not bad. It's similar enough to like Gundam from what I understand, and how their expansion system works out is all the cards. What you pay attention to is big titties, right? But what
is Kefka? I mean, isn't Kefka even on? Like, pull up an image of Kefka.
I want to look at that.
He's just a clown.
Is it a he?
But it's like that weird clown from Hunter x Hunter, where it's
you sure?
Looks nothing like a girl. It's definitely a guy.
Hold on.
He's just a jester. He's just a colorful jester.
Hold on. I'll pull this card up.
Because he's colorful doesn't mean he's gay.
Whoa. Late 50s in the Midwest. Bob's got an interesting opinion coming here.
It wasn't Kefka. Sorry, I thought it was Kefka. There's somebody else in that set that I don't know if it's a dude or a chick.
Oh, I don't.
Vivi?
It's probably a guy.
No.
I don't know what Vivi is.
He even has like a halter top on in the art.
It sounds like you're talking about Kefka.
No.
Or are you talking about an episode of Hunter x Hunter?
No, it's a card.
Hunter x Hunter's weird, man.
Yeah, right? There's the whole video game arc. What the fuck?
That's the one where they like as they get like more powerful as they take off their clothes or some shit.
No. Hunter x Hunter's about two like 11-year-olds.
Oh,
It's Kuja. There we go.
Kuja?
It even looks like
Okay.
it's got boobas.
That's
Here,
a
I'll share it.
guy. The Genome Sorcerer?
Here, I'll even share it.
Yeah, that looks
It
nothing
looks
like a
like
woman.
It even
What
has
the-
a booba. Like, hold on a second. I'm going to
What
share
the
this.
hell are you talking about?
Whoa, I kind of see what you're talking about.
I don't.
There's like a leather
on, I'm gonna share it.
codpiece action going on here. Yeah, this doesn't make me think that this is a woman. This makes me think typical Japanese shit where I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl until they're naked.
Go ahead. I'm sharing it.
Yeah, no, this isn't even the one I was looking at that made me question it. There's some like crotch stuff going on.
Look at the fingernails.
Look at the underboobs. Peter Griffin had a whole fucking section about underboobs.
Can you tell by the face?
No, of course not. They're Asian.
Look at the fingernails.
Zhang Yi was another very feminine.
Is
Look
it
at that
wearing a
hand.
dress?
Look at that hand. What? Okay. I don't. Probably a dude. Definitely not straight.
Definitely a guy.
I wouldn't say definitely a guy. If you showed me this and asked me, I'd be like, I don't know.
That is
The
a
facial
woman who does
structure
not eat meat.
clearly gives it away that it's a guy. I don't know.
What?
That
I
don't know.
don't
To me,
agree.
it looks nothing like a woman.
Although, okay,
I
look at that
disagree.
left bicep. Look at that bicep between the way that person's looking and the fist next to their face. Holy shit, that is thicker than my thigh. That bicep.
That's
Well,
not a bicep. That's
that's a
a
shoulder.
poofy shoulder.
Yeah, it's a shoulder. It's just that it's angled weirdly.
Yeah, I
Bro,
agree, Coach. No
women-
Adam's apple.
Women can have Adam's apples. It just comes out to the amount of testosterone that they were born with. That's why
Okay,
some men
all I'm
don't
saying is,
have a
look,
pronounced one and some
if
women
they-
do.
Look, if they had gone into the whole transgender cross-dressing in Final Fantasy, at least there's a foundation in the IP. I wouldn't be upset at it, right?
Well, in the IP, I can't tell who's a boy or a girl because they're all fucking blocks. And if they're the new ones, I want to bang them all because they're so hot.
Even the dudes.
Well, I don't know they are.
Exactly my
Like
point.
the
And they
only
do that
one
on
I don't
purpose.
want to fuck are the ones I don't
Look,
know if they're
so,
a boy or a
again,
girl.
I don't have any problems with gay or transgender or whatever you like. Please
I
don't
just-
make that what the story is about.
Yeah.
And don't co-opt something that wasn't that. You know, like please don't make Lando Calrissian a white dude.
I don't know. That's clearly a guy.
That looks more like a dude.
More like a dude. But if you said, "Oh, this is also a girl," I'd be like, "Oh,
Now,
Well,
I think
that's the thing.
I think its
It's like-
backside might be a little bit more feminine.
You're killing me, man. You're not helping. They,
Definitely like
with
almost wearing a dress.
that on the left side, you got like that red titty popping out. Like I don't know what's going on with this, but this is
Got
far more
boobas.
feminine. Like the top part, like in the thick calves.
it's a
I don't
dude
know
with
what the-
boobs." Okay.
I was like, really, the backside looks more.
Oh my
feminine
God, that's a
than
chick.
the front. It's not.
That's a girl with boobs.
This reminds me of like episode 12,
That's a
like
girl with
season 12
boobs.
of Bleach. Like I don't like this. I want my dudes to look like dudes and my ladies to look like ladies. I don't know what the
Pat's
Yeah, it's like going to a
confused.
bar, but you can't tell.
that's why I don't go to the bar. Also, my
It's like
hearing
going to a
disorder.
bar, and the first thing you do is reach down between the legs to make sure you're going home with the right product.
Yeah, androgyny and flamboyance does not help me a whole lot. You throw them in some ladies' girl, and we end up in a single-use bathroom with two people and a whole lot of confusion and a bit of excitement.
But again,
So the,
you know,
AI,
like
the AI overview of Kuja, it says, yes, Kuja from Final Fantasy is a male, but his striking, elegant design and androgynous features often lead players to mistake him for a female, which is a
Okay,
common trait
so
for
I'm
male characters in
crazy,
Japanese
but-
media, though he is consistently referred to as the male pronouns he or him in the game and lore.
If they
I don't
have
know,
to
maybe,
tell you,
maybe because I
you're-
know the game and I've played the game a lot, or not a lot, but I've played the game enough to know that he's a guy. I'm like, I don't see. I see that he has a feminine side, but I mean, I've played in other games where like
he has two
Then-
feminine sides, the
but
front
I
and the
think we're
fucking
losing the
back.
trees for the forest. My point was that, you know, I wouldn't have a problem had they even leaned into that, being that that's part of the lore.
Fuck, what was
Right?
that game that I used to play when I was
that is part of what's established, and it's part of what it's popular. Fine. Lean into it. I don't care. Please don't make that what the whole set's about. Kuja's dildo is not something I want to have as an equipment.
Well, so going back to Hunter x Hunter, the clown in Hunter x Hunter, an adult. The two main characters are like 11 and 12 years old. The clown wants to bang those two kids. Boy on two boys. And
I think that might be a bit bridge.
Yeah. But has nothing to do with the fucking story. And they don't talk about it. He's the person that teaches them to use their like spiritual powers. That's their interaction. There's this whole underlying thing that they don't have to talk about. And that's the point. Like, there can be this whole other thing that is who they are as individuals, and it's not part of the story. And that's why I think they handled it well in it versus just how pushing the wokeness, making it the topic in so much of what we've seen, unfortunately, in a lot of media in the last 5 to 10 years. That has been the point. That has been not just a personal struggle they've dealt with, but the story itself.
Character elements are supposed to enhance stories, not distract from them.
Yeah, well, like, honestly, for me, you guys don't want to know how I want to go and pound poontang all the time. That's not an interesting character point.
Let me ask you this. So you guys both know Star Trek?
Yeah. Okay. I'm way more Trek than sport.
So let me ask you this. How would it strike you if they made Uhura a white chick?
I wouldn't care. I don't care about gender swap. I don't care about race or ethnic.
Or if they took Sulu and made him a white or a black dude.
That's my only problem right there, Bob. You can't make Zulu white. Otherwise, there's no reason for them to hit so many things with their vehicle. Boom! Members only.
But my point is, don't fuck with it. Like, stop it. Like, why? Have a good reason for changing it.
Well, there is a clear reason. You just don't accept it. The reason why it's changed is because a lot of this stuff is old source material where it wasn't appropriate to have anything but a straight white man, and now the world has evolved to be more dynamic in that way. So now it's
Uhura was not a straight white man, and neither was Sulu. He actually was a gay Asian in real life.
But he probably wasn't gay in the real. And I don't even know if there was any gay characters on the show at all.
I think they delved into that.
It's one of those things where it's more common now than it was before back then. So they're adjusting material to suit the wider audience. I think
that's an excuse and a poor way to implement it. Fine, make a new story about it then. Make that interesting.
Clearly, it's working.
Bro, Bob, be careful. They're going to reboot Star Trek, except Kirk wants to fuck every dude on every station.
Oh, dude, have you watched any of the new Star Treks? They are all woke, and I can't stand them.
No, I haven't watched any of them because they're all
the new Picard. It's all about gay people, and they're revisionisting history. And you remember the hot chick 7 of 9? She's gay.
Well, I mean, I'm not offended by that.
I mean, how gay? When they make points about. As a matter of fact, in Discovery, it was just basically like, oh, all white men are bad, evil people, and the only people that are good are either gay white men or people of color.
I mean, just talking from experience here, the worst people that have ever hurt me are white.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm just saying, like, I understand why a lot of people want to hear that story. I don't think she hurt me all that much. We had a particularly amicable separation.
No. It doesn't matter. There are bad white people. There are bad black people. There are bad people of every race and color. But cinema is definitely trying to erase white men because of this socialist fucking patriarchy society is bad.
They're not. They're trying to diversify the ethnic backgrounds of the shows instead of it just being predominantly white.
I think they're just trying to make as much money as fucking possible. Like,
They
I think
wouldn't do
that's
it if it
the
didn't make them more
easiest
money.
answer, right?
They wouldn't do it if it didn't make it more acceptable in a broader audience.
Yeah, right. Like that's Magic Gathering across the board. I think that is the number one priority. Make more money. $1 billion last year, make 2 next year. How do we do that? Get every IP. Everybody who loves something, buy it. Put it on.
I don't think that the shifting to wokeism was what drove them to be more successful. I think it was more timing with COVID and the fluke Black Swan event of Logan Paul making it popular because it made it exciting to open expensive boxes of Pokemon.
Yeah, no, they were right.
What made what was the driver to shoot Magic over the moon, not the fact that they decided to race swap and gender swap and put gay stuff. That's not what made them fantastically.
I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that it is made.
So I don't think it appealed to a wider audience because of those things. I think that what appealed to a wider audience was the prevalence of those other things I just mentioned, on top of putting in Universes Beyond, which appealed to a wider audience. Now, throwing in wokeism during that same mix and saying that's the reason that it reached a wider audience, I think is disingenuous and bullshit.
I'm not saying that. You're putting words in my mouth. I never said those words. I'm not even close.
You said that they're doing it.
I'm saying
they're doing these woke things
to appeal to a wider
audience.
More money and is appealing to a broader audience. That those are facts.
I
don't think they're facts, and I think that when
by
mentioning Budweiser and staying in your lane, know your audience and appeal to that.
I think that it was a way to minimize the negatives.
No, I think they were just trying to virtue signal and get on. In order, there's like this score from this very hard leftist organization that controls whether or not how viable your company is to be able to borrow large sums of money. I can't remember what they're called.
Experian?
No. It's some really woke leftist bullshit that you have to get the score from, and companies have to rate on this scale, and it includes how high you score on DEI and diversity and all this other fucking wokeism crap in order to even get corporate loans. And you can look into it, and it's not bullshit. And I think it's fucking awful. But that means you have to shift and virtue signal in order to get the money to let your company work, whether it's good for your product or not.
If getting the money is affected by that, then it is good for your company.
We'll agree to disagree. You're being forced into some decisions that are not naturally good.
You're being offered. That's not a force. That's an offer. Take this or take that.
Not really. I disagree. When those monies were available prior to this virtue signaling organization getting involved to restrict the flow of money.
I mean, if my job told me, Pat, you have to show up every day in a dress, tights all the way up, okay? Pay you as much as we do now. Otherwise, we're not going to pay anymore. They're not forcing me to do anything. They're giving you an offer for a contract.
Sounds like they're giving you an ultimatum, but yeah.
Is it though? They're giving me a term for a payment. This is what you do. This is what it takes. If I got to work at Starbucks, I got to wear smock. If I got to work at the DMV, I got to wear heels.
It's an ultimatum because that'd be different if you weren't working at the company already and like you were choosing to go to that place or not. That'd be different because like the ultimatum is you either do the dressing up or you get fired. That's the ultimatum. Like you have no other choice.
Well,
and we're implementing a new dress policy at work. Everybody's got to dress like it's Hooters 99, right? And if you don't, February, we're going to start giving people write-ups for not dressing like Hooters employees.
I see a clear shift away from the wokeism that I saw in. I saw that, Coach, and I don't know how that's not going to be viewed as more of a monopoly at that point. Like, that's an awful lot of big movie industry consolidations, if you will, to where it gets pretty close to being a monopoly. I know that for my company, they acquired a large competitor a few years back, and before they were allowed to go through with the purchase of the company, parts of it had to be sold off to avoid monopoly. Even though there are other companies like mine that exist, it was another one of the big boys that they purchased, and they had to sell off some divisions so that they wouldn't be guilty of a monopoly. And I see this as a very, very similar type of issue. It'd be like, I don't know, if Comcast bought UUNet, right? Or UUNet bought Comcast, pretty much control all of the fiber, or AT&T bought Comcast, right? But or UUNet, those. No, that's fine, and it's good to get off the subject. We were kind of down in a deep, dark hole there, giggity. But I all I wanted to say is it felt like they're getting away from the wokeism. I hope they don't fuck up the Hobbit, but I feel like they're going to. I don't know what they're going to do to Star Trek, but the art, I'm not digging what I've seen so far. The art for Star Trek. What about you guys?
Looks like Star Trek.
Whether it does or doesn't, it doesn't appeal to me as a Magic card.
Don't know if I've seen any actual art from.
Yeah, we did. We saw Captain Kirk leaning over to rip a fart, and the dude fell over behind him.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I remember that image in my head, and I'm not sure if it was real or not. Well, most of my life is that way.
But it's the frames, right? Like the frames looked.
Bro, nothing looks like Magic the Gathering. That's one of my least favorite things about what they did in Final Fantasy and what they did in Avatar, is they just took like a couple of weird screenshots, like some stuff from the game, some stuff from like Advent Children of Souls or whatever it was. It doesn't feel like Magic. And I've said this a couple of times. It feels like a game system at this point. There is no real soul to Magic the Gathering anymore. Every once in a while we get like a throwback to, hey, remember nostalgia? Do you recall being a kid when things were nice and the world was kind of fuzzy and you didn't see everything in the horrible definition you have now as an adult? Lorwyn's coming out in a month.
Hell yeah.
What?
He's saying that that's just playing on another nostalgia factor because people like the original Lorwyn, so they're going, hey, we're going back to Lorwyn because people loved Lorwyn.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I would rather see them go to new places than...
They will. They'll go to Mortal Kombat. They'll go to Invincible.
No, I'm not talking about Universe Beyond. I'm talking about, like, if you have the multiverse, why do we have to keep revisiting old...
You want another Aether Drift, Bob? sorry.
All right, can they
people
not
talking about they wanted to go back to Aether Drift?
Can they pick a new plane that
would have been cool? I thought, what were we're far enough away from it now. We can have a little bit less impactful thoughts on it. I think New Capenna was kind of cool.
I thought like it was fine.
The steampunk stuff.
Wow.
The gilded foils. I think it was a pretty cool place to put a Magic the Gathering set.
Well, I mean, but that was 20 years ago, Coach. 25 years ago.
But I remember when Wizards of the Coast made Pokemon.
But and true, but they also would have been just small mom and pop organization had they not. Like, it wasn't that big. If you look back then, it was hard to find Magic cards. You couldn't buy cases back then. It was hard to buy a box if you wanted to back then.
I mean, like 100% clarity, though, Coach. If I could find a dick to suck for $1 million, I'd ask him to line up.
But, I mean,
I'm going to make that as a short.
I think they've done some good things since then. I think that I had no problem with like the Kaladesh block. I thought that was fine. I liked the Dominaria.
Don't you mean Nosferatu or whatever the fuck they called it now?
Oh, no, I don't. I mean Kaladesh. I also like
Avishgar.
Throne of Eldraine, I think was a home run. I love what they did with Ikoria.
Absolutely.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of great things that they have done. But you have to pair that up with the shit things that they've done. If you look back in the day, the original, the OG Wizards of the Coast, well, they made Chronicles, they made Homelands, they made Fallen Empire.
There's been some bad report cards for the years overall. And I'd like to pose that to you and the couple of people we have watching. Bob, Matt, out of a F through A score, what would you put 2025 at for Magic the Gathering? What grade would you give the year that we just saw? And why? I guess
I'd give it a B minus.
Is it anywhere between E and S, or is A the highest?
A's highest. I hate that S shit. Fuck them.
I want triple S, brother.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, then why's A matter? No, you fuck out of here.
A minus. I would say A minus.
Wow.
Ooh. I think.
All right,
maybe
and you Pat, and then we'll go into why, and then I'm probably gonna bounce.
I'm gonna give them a solid C. This is a C.
You're close. I said B minus.
That is that there were a couple of really good passing answers. They did a few things right. I think Tarkir Dragonstorm, solid hit. A couple of the crossover flavors that they had sprinkled into their secret layers were pretty good. That gives them a 72 for a score, right? A C. Now, there are so many detrimental things that they did wrong. They got up to bat and they just bunted out before they hit first. Aether Drift, Pisslands. There are some things that were, you put down a good answer, but it's just not the right thing. Final Fantasy, honestly, I think they could have done even better with if they'd handled it a little bit differently. Some of the artwork that they chose could have been less ridiculed. I think there were detrimental things to a lot of the products that they put out. Given this year, a C. Not bad. You're a passing grade. You're getting to the next level. Bob, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go more by like set rather than getting into individual, Pisslands or screen caps, or just looking at the sets overall, and not just how they did financially. Like, so Innistrad, wow, I don't think they could have done more to make it less impressive for a pretty solid set, really. But it's another reprint set that it's too much. It's kind of another bridge too far. Plenty of fine cards in it. The artwork's not terrible. But even with all of that going for it, nobody gave a shit. Even I don't give a shit. I don't own any of it. I don't want to own any of it. Aether Drift was just like I said, my least favorite set of the year. It was a what the fuck set for me. So even though it had some good cards, I think every set's going to have good cards in it, minus like some of the old Fallen Empires Homelands sets, but that's back in the day. But in today's Magic, like, what the fuck were they thinking? Did they not put this in front of a focus group and go, okay, of these things, which flavors do you like? I can't imagine that they put that in front of a Magic audience and people say, oh, go with the racing ones. And then when they looked at the art treatments to just like double down on that, what
do you think there was a Hot Wheels crossover that didn't happen?
I don't know, but I'm like straight up giving Innistrad a like I'm actually going to give it a D plus, not even going to give it a C. I'll give Aether Drift an F plus because it had some good cards in it, but it was a fail. I would say Khans of Tarkir is a solid. It's a B plus.
Tarkir Dragonstorm or Tarkir Khans of Tarkir?
Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Cool.
I'm sticking with this year. I'm giving it a B plus, and the only reason I'm not is I don't think they had any serialized cards in there, right? Pretty sure they don't.
I thought Mox was serialized.
I don't think so. pretty sure they had no serialized cards in there. Also, I don't think they had any good lands in that set, if I remember right.
Yeah, the Mox Jasper was 0 out of 100,
Yeah.
or 1 out of 100, or 500.
Oh, is it?
There is. Mox
Yep.
Jasper is the only one, but there is one.
It's a turd card. They're what do they call that?
I still believe that.
Their main card. I think it's just crap. So there were
It
some
is a
things
very
in there
niche
that
card for a main good card.
I think there are other cards that were way better. I think that Ugin and Elspeth, was it?
And they
Yeah,
reprinted the
okay.
fetch lands in that, right? Misty Rainforest and all them.
Probably.
I don't think
Well,
so. I
that
thought it
didn't,
was reprinted
so.
in Edge.
There was dual lands for sure, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they had the fetches because they had the scales, right?
Yeah.
But those are so rare. Whatever. Anyways, it's a solid B plus. I think they flubbed on the execution because they didn't even fucking have a spoiler season for it. I think they also had a big shortage of boxes for a long time. So I think that they kind of missed the mark a little bit. I'll give it a B plus.
I don't know. There was this land in it. Check this one out. I'll share it. It's called Evolving Wilds. I don't know if you've seen this one. Sorry.
Oh, that card's broken as fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I know that card.
That gets any basic land. It's pretty.
I don't understand how it's not like more talked about.
And you don't even have to pay life to fetch.
And I think I saw another one that's almost exactly the same. I just can't
Terramorphic
recall.
Expanse, pretty OP.
Oh, dude, that's the one. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
These are like Soul
right,
Ring.
so Final Fantasy. The only condemnation I have of Final Fantasy is I agree that the screen grabs were just fucking lazy. Honestly,
God
no, I'll
damn
have
it,
a second.
Coach.
I have a second condemnation, surprisingly, and it's the only reason I'm giving Final Fantasy an A. So I think the screen grabs are terrible, and I did not like the special art from like Yoshitaka Amano and those other like.
Bro, I didn't even shit on those in our main stream.
I think those were terrible, but many others I thought were great. I'll give that set a solid A. It's not an A plus, but it's an A. I'll give Edge of Eternities a solid B plus just because I just don't really care about space sets and I don't really like the art vibe, but I think it was a solid enough set. Did not have serialized cards in it. I'm sure of that. It was well liked, but it's a set. I think I have one box and I don't plan on buying anymore. It was fine. It was a fine set, so I'm giving it a solid B. Spider-Man, I'm giving it a straight up D, and not a D minus, not a D plus, but it's a straight D for just complete failure on execution. No serialized cards.
I would give it an F for failure.
I'm giving it a D.
$35,000 card in it, and you're calling it a failure?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay,
I'm giving it a D.
The only good card of the set, really.
I like some of the comic book art that was in it. I do.
Wait. Okay.
I do. Like
No,
I like
fine. No. I was
and I like the art design on the boxes. I think it's great shelf candy.
It's vertical.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a comic book. I like it. I like some of the comic book art that they had in the set. I think that it flubbed on the bagel and schmear and pigeons or whatever the fuck they were, city pigeons and
supportive parents. Both died, right?
Hot dog vendor and office guy in a chair, whatever that car.
Yeah, guy in a chair.
like there was so little effort that it's a straight D. Avatar, I'm gonna give it a B plus. I think it's a fine set, good cohesion. It feels like they put a lot of effort into it, but I think you have to have, something really special like serialized cards. I'll even say that Spider-Man outdid it with that fucking, 1 in a bajillion soul stones. There's just nothing really for that excitement factor of cracking Avatar. There's nothing truly exciting to go after. It's a solid, and B's not bad, So over the whole year, I'm probably going to rate the year as a B minus.
So you're just okay. I think my solid C to your B minus, factoring in my distaste versus your love for Final Fantasy, I don't think we're too far off.
No,
Okay, cool. We're resonating very similarly.
I would say almost half the sets feel like failures this last year.
I feel like the only failure is Spider-Man. Every other set was
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Aether Drift, you didn't feel was a failure?
I did not know. You guys hate it so much. I think it's fine. I don't think there's that big of a deal.
The numbers show that it failed.
Do they?
Spider-Man outsold it. Actually, Spider-Man, I think, outsold both Aether Drift and Innistrad Remastered.
I don't think that's true.
Go ahead and look.
it up.
I'll bring it up. Put it on the screen. Let's go. Let's go to the tape.
Let's go to the tube. So I know we didn't talk about this much earlier. Gotta say, love the fucking new car. Holy shit, guys. Like, zoom. It drives itself. I don't know if I can understate that fact. The car,
I just watched a video the other day where it drove itself straight into oncoming traffic and hit a semi truck. So I don't know. You got to be careful with that shit.
yeah, it's called
It literally was
it's
going
not
straight
like
on the
I'm
road, and
not
then all of a sudden
sitting in
just
the
like
driver's seat.
slams right into a semi. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Aether
Okay,
drifted into a semi. Got it.
How I
Yeah,
would equate it is, have you ever ridden with a really close friend that you trust with driving? Imagine them driving the car, except you're in the driver's seat, and at any time you can and should take over. Because as much as I love my closest trusted friends, I don't really trust anybody enough with my life. Like, realistically, right?
Well, here's the problem though: is it wasn't like even if you were paying attention, it wasn't even like the driver had much of a chance to react. It was literally driving straight, and then all of a sudden went skirt, and like nothing for no reason.
Yeah.
It just went right in
And
oncoming
that's
traffic.
one of those things that you don't get a do-over. Like,
Yeah,
a
there's
friend
no.
would.
Yeah, I don't think he died because it was like it was in city streets. But if that was a highway,
Well,
You're fucking
well,
dead.
that's the thing. Okay, when you say that, imagine if it were on the highway. I would be more trusting than if it were on city streets, just because I do not believe I set this to private just because 7 people are watching. FSD on city streets, you're not supposed to use it that way yet. Hardware 4 on 14.16 or whatever the fuck it's on now, you shouldn't be really using it on regular city streets. If you're on the highway, that shit's legit. I easily drove 300 miles last night on full self-driving on the highway. Bitch hit 85 and was driving better than most of the people I have in my phone.
You need better people in your phone.
Really?
All right.
Or
so
you guys
you're not
need to
gonna
check
go
out FSD on like a decent car nowadays. Like, it, again, evolution. Like, just
I would agree that it probably drives better than the majority of people on the planet, to be honest. But
All right. So here we go.
I already have the numbers, Bob. I have it pulled up. I just didn't share it because I don't need to share it. So Aether Drift had 6,400 and Spider-Man had 7,000. It's close. You're right, but it's close.
those are very far away in time, though, as far as like Magic the Gathering is concerned.
They both are doing terribly as far as price is concerned.
Well, but not only that, Aether Drift has had almost a year to sell, and Spider-Man's only had about 4 months.
Yeah, but I don't foresee Spider-Man randomly taking off, you know?
Even still, they've already outsold it in less time.
Yeah, but it also has the Marvel backing to it.
No,
Just the Marvel
Spider-Man's
name
definitely gonna
alone
take
is
off.
probably half of those prices or half of those sales.
All the mutant cards, you know,
If
they're
Aether
going to
Drift
be
had the Marvel tag on it, I bet you'd be over 10. It's not a bad set. It's not great. It's not super flavorful, but it's not a failure set. I don't think. I think it's fine. They went a little outside the
Innistrad
box.
had 4,000.
They had, yeah, it's terrible. They had. I never said it wasn't terrible. It's bad. I think that Aether Drift had way more playable cards than Spider-Man. Not even close. It's not even in the same realm. I would say
Spider-Man Innistrad has more playable cards than either of them.
It's a reprint of like a bunch of good cards. Of course, it's going to have more playable cards.
Okay. And it still failed. So my point was the set that you said was a failure had 2 sets that sold less than it. And that's why I said about half the sets failed in 2025.
I don't
God,
think
isn't that
the
weird though? Like
sales
to
metrics-
say that the best piece of bacon you ever had was in the pan that had some of the worst tasting bacon you ever had. That's what this feels like. Some of the worst sets that we've had in Magic in recent history occurred with what are considered to be the best sets that we've had in recent Magic history. Same
Like,
here.
in my opinion, Final Fantasy was the best set they've ever released. Not even close.
And along with that, I mean, some of the other, let's call them products that they put out this year are some of the worst. Let's talk about Secret Lair.
Well, hold on. I'm actually
Dragon
going to
was
disagree.
also a follow-up to be another very, very powerful, good set.
I'm going to disagree with you, Matt. I think the best set that they ever turned out was Urza Saga.
Ugh.
Ikoria, come on, get out of here.
Ikoria is good. I agree with that.
Why would you? Urza Saga.
Because it's fucking old. Most old sets are bad. It just is what it is.
Get off my lawn, Bob.
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you a
Cradle
single
sucks.
card from Urza Saga.
Gaia's Cradle sucks. Sarah Sanctum sucks. Gamble
Uh-huh.
sucks. Dark Ritual sucks.
Yeah,
Exploration sucks.
they are good cards, yes. The art sucks. The look of the card sucks.
I disagree wholeheartedly. But
I
that's
bet if you played them at the time, most of them wouldn't have been that good.
Yeah, they probably.
Oh no,
sucked
they
back
were
then.
amazing. It was an
Oh,
amazing
Gaia's
set
Cradle,
when
you
it
can't-
released.
Gaia's Cradle, I don't think it'd ever be bad. Honestly, think about it. I mean,
Well,
how could it
Tolarian
ever be bad?
Academy,
Sarah Sanctum can never be bad.
Gilded Drake.
Well, Sarah Sanctum could be bad if you don't play enchantments, I guess.
Oh, but if you're making a deck
Right?
based
I don't know
around
what
it,
the
it was
fuck to do
good.
with this thing.
So I guess if you play a deck that doesn't play creatures, Gaia's Cradle's pretty bad.
But back then, Commander didn't really exist,
Yeah.
so it was very different.
My lens
Yeah,
is
I was just
definitely.
gonna let me text Gavin, see what he started. I don't think there is anybody really in charge of the company. There are different segments, and I think Bob, Matt, you guys probably deal with this in your corporate life as well. Is there are a lot of chiefs that have like their own segments of territories, and put together from the outside, it looks like a cohesive company. But we're seeing like Gavin Vierhe with his amount of design control. You see people that make cards and their amount of control there. You see the marketing team. You see the CEOs and the COOs. You see the marketing team. Like it's all different segments of a company.
I'm gonna say it's more segmented than that, Pat. And I think when it comes out to even just the cards that are out there and the sets that are out there, they have teams for each different set, right? And so you see a wide disparity in the different sets that are coming out. That some are hits, some are complete misses, and that's to meet this pace of release. They have to divide it up into different creative teams, which I think makes this hodgepodge, nothing cohesive. There's not enough oversight from a 1,000-foot level or a 10,000-foot level because they have a pace that's go full throttle all the time, 7 sets a year. They have to have too many different teams.
Well,
I watched
not
a
the
recent
set.
Gavin Verhey interview. It was pretty nice. He basically was interviewed on like what sets he was responsible for and what he was most proud of. And I thought it was interesting to see like which sets he had his hands in versus which sets he didn't have as much.
Which sets he put those big fucking thumbs into? Jesus Christ!
What?
Well, I see where you're going, Time Capsule and Coach, with that. And first of all, we can't ever know like how direction has changed behind the scenes over the past, we'll call it 6 years. They certainly increased their revenue tremendously, 3x, for whatever reason, dumb luck, good decisions, bad decisions, doesn't matter. They went from literally in 2018, like a $300 million a year company to just 3 years later being a billion-dollar company. But just because you make a lot of money in a short period of time doesn't mean that you're doing a good thing if it comes at long-term expense. Because through those years, up through 2018, it was slow and steady gains. It wasn't going down. It was a dependable rate of gain. Now, as soon as you make this massive spike, well, there's only one thing that can happen to a spike, and it could be a 5-year period. When you look at the EKG of their financial health, I don't know that they're going to be able to sustain near $1 billion industry. I think that they're furiously doing everything that they can, having capitalized on having a meteoric rise to try to maintain at least the $1 billion level. But I suspect that it's probably going to be a precipitous fall at some point.
They just need to double down on selling gambling to children.
That's kind of what they've leaned into.
Well, like they need to really get that Fortnite action back into it. They need to really aim for that audience again.
They need to have every pack you open gives you a random loot box pull on a website or something like that. That'd be really
if
good.
it could flash colors right into your fucking
Here's the
eyes.
problem with most of those loot box games is that they have this massive, surge, and then people move on to the next because the gimmick is no longer there. The shtick moves on.
You guys were saying I was shitty about Final Fantasy and how much money it made and how poorly it affected all the other sets. And here we are talking about how it's going to poorly affect all the other sets.
How is Final Fantasy responsible for this?
I'm just saying it's set. That's why I never got A's in high school, Matt. You get an A, your mom's going to say you can get A's all the time. Now that you sold $1 billion of Final Fantasy, Hasbro said, what the fuck are you going to do for me in 2026?
Well, yeah, if you're talking about the hold my beer, sure. I think that there's going to be
hold my beer. Where's my money? This is Wayne Brady on a bitch. It's give me my money.
Yeah, I mean it. I do think that once you set these bars, how do you have the next set that sets the record for the most product ever sold?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Well, they said the same thing about Lord of the Rings, right? But again, this is what I'm saying. I agree that there can be some detriment, being that you're going to have the audience that now has this dopamine. What have you done for me lately? Where's my next Final Fantasy? Where's my next Fallout? Where's my next Lord of the Rings collector boxes? And if they can't produce, if they just don't figure out how to recapture that magic, which, I mean, let's look at Star Wars. For the most part, they did it with the first 2 movies, and then people have been like, hey, come on. And all the rest of them have kind of sucked except for Rogue One. And it even Return of the Jedi, which I know people will shit on me for, was half a good movie. But you don't always recapture that same magic. I would endeavor to say that Avatar is probably not going to do that. I don't mean The Last Airbender. I'm talking about the one that's currently in the theaters. It was the top grossing movie of all time. And I don't think that they're going to hit that again with their.
Oh God. I didn't realize that they
second movie was
out
awful,
the third movie.
Oh, the second movie was just like the first movie was terrible. The second movie was worse. Huh?
I enjoyed the first movie.
I did not. Like, once you take away the cinematic and the visual part of it,
it's good.
Yeah, exactly. You turn off your brain, you enjoy the spectacles of it.
I don't shut off my brain. That's not how I function.
Pretty colors, big blue people.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. Oh,
I mean,
God, it was a
the
horrible
fucking
movie.
MacGuffin of that movie is called Unobtainium.
Oh, God, so bad.
Like, how least can you try? Like, is there less hard?
Okay, what was the main actor's name?
Sully.
No, I'm not talking about the character.
Oh, fuck out of here, Bob.
I don't even know the main actors of almost any movie. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, really?
Actors.
Who was the main actor of Gladiator?
No
Russell
idea.
Crowe.
Okay. Who was the main actor of Forrest Gump?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Who are the 3 main actors of Star Wars?
Couldn't tell you.
Mark Hamill, black dude that you actually don't ever get to see that walked around.
Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher.
Oh, okay. I'm
Wasn't
sorry.
Harrison
We
Ford
don't
a
give any
president?
credit to the black dude. Oh,
Okay,
I'm
who's the
just
main
sticking with
actor
you.
of Indiana Jones?
Harrison
Couldn't tell
Ford.
you.
Who's
Same
the main
fucking
actor
guy.
of Terminator?
Couldn't tell
Arnold
you.
Schwarzenegger. Let's
Oh,
not
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about the
yeah,
kid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so again, when you have great movies, people get to know the name of the fucking actor that acted in it.
I can tell you Will
Avatar,
Smith. Will
nobody
Smith is
gave
like
a
the one
shit.
actor I remember.
Nobody. I was just scrolling Facebook because long story with the. So, anyways, in Avatar, the lady that went to Stanford gets an avatar body on an alien planet, and they make her. She makes other people ship her a tank top that says Stanford. There's a scene where the Avatar girl is wearing a Stanford tank top. Yeah, that's right. They sent to an alien planet just so she could show off to other fucking people she went to Stanford. It's a woke ass bullshit move. Matt, honestly, I agree with you wholeheartedly. If you turn your brain off and you look at the pretty colors and you listen to the sounds, it's a really enjoyable movie.
Hey, you put on
If
the
you
3D
try-
glasses, you just
And
kinda
I'm a numbers
enjoy it.
guy. I am very much in the minority because it's the top grossing movie of all time.
Bro,
fucking horrible.
James, Jimmy, he's killing it. Senor Cameron, yeah, it's not even him. It's Weta Effects. It's not James Cameron. It's not that fucking guy. There's a studio called Weta Effects. They're the real people who like make movies nowadays. They're the ones that are doing the hard work. It's
I mean, we're kind of losing the trees to the forest insofar as that.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, question for you, Bob. I'm going to cut you off here real quick. How long do you think we're going to have to wait for Avatar with the blue people for Magic the Gathering now that we
Ooh,
just had Avatar,
that's
the
true.
cartoon show?
well, what do you think Reality Fracture is?
Oh, god dang. Okay, so we didn't get
I'm
to
just
talk about
kidding.
what.
Probably next year or the year after.
Reality Fracture sounds sweet. I'm
So
excited for it.
that's what we'll have to do for our next episode, first episode of 2026. What are you looking forward to this year in Magic the Gathering, trading cards, video games, blah blah blah? We'll do a whole extravaganza. But what is Reality Fracture? I don't know. And that suspense is honestly a lot more exciting to me than knowing everything about it.
I think they did reveal something that like Liliana's going to be a white planeswalker.
That bitch pale as shit, Bob. She is white.
Oh yeah, I remember that. No, well yeah, well she's normally black, but this was like an alternate timeline if she was gonna be a good
I was
planeswalker or
just
bad.
trying to play it for laughs.
But at any rate, what I was getting at with the whole Avatar, we kind of lost trees to the forest.
Sam Worthington. I've heard that name.
Yeah, name another movie he's done.
You with your jokes, Bob.
At any rate, what I was saying is that at some point you run out of steam for gimmick, and I think that clearly Avatar, people don't give a shit about blue people by the third movie. It's funny, Matt, that you said, "Oh, I love the first movie if you shut off your brain," but the second movie was terrible. Well, they had the same blue people.
For some reason, it didn't either. What I think Avatar,
it's the same exact visuals. I'll say they had the same exact visual appeal.
It either didn't or it didn't hit as hard as it did, because I think Avatar was the first of its kind in that way of showcasing like how like the brilliant, beautiful colors and the graphics were insane back then. And I think maybe I expected to be wowed again.
I think you have some nostalgia creeping up on you. But...
Well, it's like the second time you take mushrooms. It's really good, but you did this really cool thing already, and that was the impactful experience. That's why Avatar 2 and 3 are just going to be it'll probably do great in the office, but again, like I said before, a lot of people have bad opinions. So sometimes just looking at the numbers doesn't mean a whole lot. Look at Taylor Swift. Bitch is real popular. Have you heard her music? It's terrible.
Well, I mean, and I'll go back to this same well, like looking at Star Wars. 1 was great. 2 was potentially the best Star Wars ever.
When you say 1 was great, you mean the one with the pod racers?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about episode 4 in 1977.
Okay. Yeah.
The one that took the whole entire world by storm.
No, I'm 100% here with you.
And we could look at other things. Alien and Aliens. Aliens was probably not probably. I think it's definitely the best Aliens movie. But then they lost it. And then you look at Terminator. Terminator 1 was really cool and unique and not a great movie if you rewatch it. But compared to Terminator 1, Terminator 2 was a whole different ballgame and just really launched it in the stratosphere. But then
I was worried where you were going there. Yeah,
But then the following Terminator,
movie like Super Troopers, fantastic movie, great story, very funny.
Like they lost it, and that's the point I'm making here with this meteoric 5-year period in Magic where, we've capitalized on some magic, we've done some gimmickry, and can they maintain? We'll see how long they can keep their foot on the gas, and I suspect the answer to that is we will see a decline at some point.
Where can they go from here? Hey, let me source you guys. You're both some of the closest nerds I know. What's bigger than what they've done? Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy, Fallout. Not enough Fallout, but right. Warhammer. Wait, where do they go from here? Straight up Harry Potter. I guess they tried that already, right?
They won't go to Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling's put too much a taint on that. I get it. I can see
them tapping into Dune a little bit. Game of Thrones would be a big one.
Dune's tapped out. There's no Dune 3 because they finished their story. They've already said Denis Villeneuve will not continue that. I'm not trying to be detrimental to the conversation. I think that some of those things.
I don't think it's tapped out. I mean, Lord of the Rings hasn't made a movie in a long, long time.
Right. They're going back to The Hobbit, which we saw how revisiting some of those stories did for them.
The Hobbit was a terrible series of movies because they strayed too far from the source material. But
Smaug.
I would say that Game of Thrones is a natural segue for them. Another, Tarkir Game of Thrones.
I feel as though they missed out on Fallout Season 2. Like they could have done a whole set.
You asked. I'm trying to give you an answer.
No.
The point is it doesn't matter. Like they've gone big, and I wouldn't have said before Final Fantasy that would have even been a big one after they went after Lord of the Rings.
Metal Gear Solid.
There's a lot of big video games. World of Warcraft is a big one. They could definitely lean into
StarCraft set. After all the Edge of Eternity shit, imagine going back and doing a StarCraft set.
League of Legends, Overwatch, some sort of Call of Duty, Halo. There are a number of video game IPs that they could lean into. I am unlike most people. I don't think they're ever going to do a Star Wars set. There are too many Star Wars TCGs, CCGs already. There's just not enough air to breathe in that space. I don't think they're done with Marvel by a long shot. I think they're probably making a 5-year contract with them. But I think it's gonna, like, especially with the first set that they released was kind of a dud.
The Marvels,
yeah,
with the Secret Lair stuff.
No, first set. I didn't say Secret Lair. First set. Spider-Man's the first Marvel set they did.
Okay, I was gonna need more clarification there. I guess. Well, in that sense, then no, it's not really a set. It's a release.
What?
I don't know if we could really call that a set. Even
what, Spider-Man?
It's like
it's a standard set.
Like Aftermath. Is that really a set? It's like a
no. This is a full set, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Spider-Man definitely was not a full set. I think that was one of the biggest.
No, it's definitely a full set.
It is a full set. It wasn't going to be, and then they added a bunch of shit afterwards to make it a full set.
Which is kind of what made it bad.
I don't think they ever actually made it a full set.
It is.
As far as like
75 cards, like it's a full set.
How many?
It's like 275, I think. It is 286.
Wow.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be
way more than I had thought.
It was supposed to be 150.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you're going with that, Pat. But I disagree that it's Definitely a full set.
No, that information is the difference.
At any rate, I think there's a number of universes beyond that they can approach. I think they're going to have diminishing returns, even if they hit the big ones. Like the only one I could think of that would probably garner this much hype would be Game of Thrones.
That'd be
Even though it's over already. That's interesting.
Well, they're supposed
No, I can't disagree with you. It's just, that's all I got there.
I think,
but there's supposed to be a new one coming out.
I think that a lot of people are beginning to learn that just because it's a universe beyond, like looking at Spider-Man, how many people you think had feel bads? How many people you think lost money on Spider-Man? Raise your hand here if you bought a product in Spider-Man that's now worth less than what you paid for it.
Didn't buy a single product.
Night of the Seven.
Okay.
Not it.
Yeah, I bought my play boxes at 145 each, and I bought my pre-release kits at 50 or 55 each. So yeah, I lost money on it. Do I feel super burned? No, I didn't go into that deep. But am I shitty about it? No. I mean, I'm happy with the product I have sitting on my shelf. I'm fine with it not going up anyways. But how many people are in that same position where it doesn't feel bad? It doesn't really feel bad to me. I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't the optimal time to buy, but how many things in life are? At any rate, I hope that Magic's going to be on a healthier track forward, that people aren't so hyped on just trying to make it a game about free tendies. You know, even Pokemon's starting to get some pullback, right? That they're struggling a bit. And Star Wars Unlimited, boy, that had a lot of hype at the beginning. That thing is crashing and burning gloriously.
But they make collector boxes now, Hyperscape boxes.
They have fucked it. Whatever they did, that didn't last long. Flesh and Blood is definitely a cellar dweller, in my opinion. I don't know how long it can stay solvent.
It's interesting how the dedicated audience has been able to carry that game for so long.
I think the play of the game is good. I think that
fine, but can that support a CCG? I don't think so. I think they have absolutely driven away. They clearly drove away the investors. I think they're even driving away the collectors because it just feels bad that pretty much the model is buy a card, guaranteed it's going to go down in value. Findle's Tunic. And it's just like all that stuff. When's the last time you saw Rudy hyping the cold foils, or other people with cold foils? Well,
it was the last time they paid him. That's when it was the last time they paid him. He's like a shill. Like that's one of the things I wanted to touch on is like, what's your grade on Rudy? Do you think it's a plus or a minus for Magic the Gathering in the year 25? Like, do you think that Brian, like Tolarian Community College, I think he was great for Magic the Gathering, the #1 creator for the content we watch. I think he was great. How critical he was. How Schiller.
Actually, if I'm gonna pick one to outshine him, I'm gonna go with Mr. Terrible Voice.
Saffron Olive. So
yeah, I think his opening collector boxes, like, hey, I'm doing like you would do out there. I'm buying 5 collector boxes and cracking them. Wow, I took it right in the pooper.
I can't stand watching Tolarian Academy College or whatever his name
is. A whiny little bitch.
No, it's not. I don't dislike him necessarily. I dislike the 5 to 10 minutes of shilling for whatnot every single fucking episode. Every one of them.
Well, I don't sit and watch content. Like, I fast forward through any kind of bullshit like that. My problem is just his take on everything is the underdog, gay, diverse crowd plight, blah, blah, inclusion. I don't want to hear it all the time, bro. Sorry. And then he whines and bitches about, oh, it's an expensive hobby. Yeah, it kind of always has been, dude. Are they doing some bad things with it? Sure. Is it their fault that these prices go through the roof? Not really. That's secondary market value, bro.
So the
And-
Super Slam is the most recent set for Flesh and Blood. Take a guess how many boxes have sold since September 26th was the release.
1,500.
420.
It's worse.
Worse than 420.
Let's call it
Worse than
69.
420. Worse than your guess as well, Bob. I think you said 400.
I said 1,500. So
69.
It's not that bad. 314 since September
ouch.
26th.
That's an ET moment. Ouch.
That's
Now, do you
that's
think that-
really really bad. Like they're actually at the point where they're almost falling off the top selling cards. Like they're at the last spot. Star Wars Unlimited has taken over their spot already.
Oh, you know what would be a great Universes Beyond?
Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
Sick move. We start making your game.
Make your game better than you do. Let's go.
Starship Troopers.
Not one I would pick, but all right.
I mean, it's right up there with Tremors. Like, I could see those being really good secret layers, like having.
Nah, you need commander
winning
decks for
cards.
those. Those would be commander decks. But
Well,
you
you
can
can
do
even
like
just
Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I could see some shit like that. Doing a commander deck based off of just like random movies here or there. And I mean, they're saddling up with some pretty big warehouses, right? I mean, that's realistically what we're seeing a lot of media conglomerations become, is that like Paramount, if they get bought out, it's just going to be a bigger studio that holds other products. That's really what
I would buy the commander deck set if they did a 9-deck set of the movie 9.
Wow. Do you see One Piece's sales? Holy.
They've
Dude.
kind of shot up. That's where you know what? That's chasing the beer pong ball, right? It bounced out of Pokemon. Magic's kind of maintaining. Flesh and Blood is gone. Star Wars is gone. So the money's chasing whatever they think they can influence and flip. And One Piece is gone bonkers.
Yeah, Star Wars release date was November 7th, and their normal box is $400, by the way. And it also has sold 6,075 boxes
wow.
since November 7th. Not even 2 months.
And that's from Star Wars?
No, that's from One Piece.
Okay,
You said
now
Star
that makes
Wars.
a fuckload more sense.
No, yeah, Star Wars only had a couple hundred more than Flesh and Blood, like 100.
Yeah,
more
no,
for-
cool. Nobody cares about that shit.
I'm
For
pretty
some
sure I said
reason,
One
people
Piece. I
like
meant to say
One
One
Piece. I don't understand it. But I understand
I
that
don't-
people
I
like
think
it. I don't
the
understand
gameplay
why.
looked okay.
I
I
can
didn't
see them
think
doing an Attack on Titan set.
Digimon apparently is doing good as well. Digimon is
Tanks
they
turn
sold-
into big titted chicks.
maybe
How do
not.
you not
Sorry,
like it?
Time Capsule. I think it's going to be the first time you and I just don't see eye to eye. No.
One Piece cards.
I
are
don't
gorgeous.
like One Piece at all. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Well made and
the
no.
big stretchy
Okay,
man.
you're talking about the physical
Card
product.
quality? Well, then I would have to give that to Lorcana. I think their card quality is
I
outstanding.
mean, I've never touched a One Piece card, so I don't know how well made and
I have no
non-curvaceous they are.
No, I think Lorcana has production quality fantastic. No curl whatsoever on any of their foils.
How is their last set doing? Whisperwell.
Not
Whisper's
so
Nobody
good.
gives a shit about Lorcana, Matt.
1,800 sold. That's not terrible. That's pretty fine. I don't know when the set was released. Whispers.
for
The problem is
Disney
they pulled out of the big box stores. I
Yeah,
don't
like this,
understand that
this involves Disney adults.
On November
Like,
14th, it sold as much as what is it, almost 2,000 boxes since November 14th. That's not bad. That's not as good as it was.
I don't think that like Rudy. I don't know why he shits on Lorcana all the time. I think it's a fine game.
because
I
he's
think
not
it'll-
getting paid, Bob.
Well, he's not
okay.
getting paid by Wizards either. So
No,
he can
but he
easily
sells
buy
their
the boxes
product.
and resell them and make money. He's just
No, because he gets hookups through distributors, so it behooves him to put more accolades on the product that they can get him. Because
I
he-
tried-
You don't think that he would
Lorcana
have
on
hookups
it.
for Lorcana if he wanted to? I guarantee you he would. The amount of money he spends, there's no way he doesn't have hookups if he wanted them. He doesn't want the product.
That's just my standpoint on
He
it.
doesn't
I
believe in
think
it
that
long
because
term.
he can't get any benefit for doing it, he doesn't.
He doesn't believe in it long term. He wants the hookups for himself. He wants to keep a pallet for himself.
But he believed in MetaZoo.
Yeah, well,
Right.
He
That's what
believed
I'm
in
saying.
Flesh and Blood
Anything
long
he
term.
can sell, he will.
I think, in my
He also-
opinion, I
didn't-
think
didn't he
Flesh and Blood
also-
has a better.
Didn't he
a
also
better-
buy into Star Wars?
At the
No, not
beginning?
yet.
Yes.
No,
I
at the
think he has-
beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's done anything for Star Wars.
He at least talked about a whole shitload and how interesting it is.
It's definitely interesting, and I think he said it's something to look at, but I don't remember him ever buying it.
Yeah, he glazed that up like a donut.
I didn't dislike the Star Wars gameplay when we were at Gen Con. I think it played fine. It wasn't like amazing. It wasn't revolutionary, but it was interesting.
It just felt like, hey, let's grab a little bit of this, a little bit of that from all these other games, and
that's all
slap
the
it all
cards
together
are.
and throw Star Wars art on it. Okay. And I'm not sure what you're saying there, Time Capsule, about like saying that Lamborghini's a better car because Ferrari sucks. I wasn't saying that about Lorcana versus One Piece cards. I've never held one. It just holds no allure for me whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I've watched a partial episode of One Piece, and there's something about like Stretch Armstrong and like the whole like stretchiness of the main character that I just can't get into it. Like it's so fucking boring, and like I don't know.
It feels like it's made for kids.
Well,
Dum
sure.
Dum Bazooka.
What?
That's
what
the
he
thing he
says.
says.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. One Punch Man was also another thing that's like strange to me. It's like I've never got into it. I never watched an episode. Maybe I should give it a shot. And I think another thing that I don't do with One Piece is there's like fucking 1,000 some episodes or some shit. Isn't there like some crazy number or whatever?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
One Punch Man had started its third season. Apparently, it's shit. I would suggest watching the first season. It's really it's different than your normal series because what you consider to be the main character does not go through the hero's journey. He starts off being able to kill anything in the entire universe with one punch. That's the series. Yeah, so like it just throws that out the window.
How fun is that? Can you imagine Dragon Ball Z? Like every fight was just one punch.
He's training is the hero's journey. Like the secondary character to it, Genos, the robot guy, he's going through the hero's journey. But it's about like the guy who doesn't give a shit. He accidentally became the strongest person in the universe. And that's like it's aberrant. It's just this is weird. Yeah, it's very I don't give a shit kind of humor.
I'm kind of curious. I'm trying to follow what Time Capsule's saying here. Are you saying that the art is beautiful?
That's what I'm assuming the physical item itself is what he's talking about. It's not the show. It's not what the card does. His wife collects them, and they're remarkable for their well-made.
I don't care for the art that's on them personally.
Looking cards. Well, I mean, that's all subjective, right?
Yeah, that's a very subjective thing. But I'm glad that they're well made. I mean, I'll be honest with you. So are the cards from Hero Realms and Star Realms. I mean, they're flat.
I would speak
well-made.
to the quality of Lorcana's production. Ravensburger definitely knows what they're doing when they make paper-based products.
Yeah, there's no curl there. I even think the layout of the cards is appealing.
Tasteful. Yeah.
What, for One Piece or Lorcana?
Lorcana.
Oh yeah, One Piece. None of this looks exciting to me. I don't want to. None of this looks good. This all looks awful. Like reading of the cards is interesting. Like what is this? I don't even know what this is. What is this? Is this a token? I'd like to meet this fellow. I don't know. Maybe I don't know the.
It's $20 is what it is. Goddamn.
Yeah, whatever it is. Well, hold on. There's a non-gold version. It's only 22 cents, and it's foil.
Speaking of $22, I think it's about time for me to wrap it up here, folks.
It's been almost 2 hours. See, this is why people need to pay that 99 cents.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going to play Ark with my buddy, but he's waiting on us to stop.
Yes, you paid a whopping 25 cents to catch this. time capsule
Hell yeah.
and coach. Additional content that other people don't get. Now, I do like that one wanted. That's kind of an appealing looking, the bottom left there. There's something appealing about that.
I was gonna say there wasn't a single card on that on like this page that I actually like want to look at, but maybe this looks something. Something's happening.
What is that? It looks like somebody threw up on the fucking candy machine.
Like I can't even.
What is it?
I don't know. Saint Marcus Mars. It's a character.
I see an eyeball.
Do you?
Yes. Right.
I see claws.
To the right of the 6, there's an eyeball.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
right of
there's
the
some.
This reminds me of
oh here.
Oh, I think it's a bird.
It's
this is why they
there's
changed the
talons.
formula in Robitussin.
Why do they think that putting sample on their cards is a good idea? It makes it look so fucking awful. That
You
maybe
think
that's
that-
Because they don't
that,
want
like-
people making proxies.
but they're still
Oh,
gonna
fuck
do
that
it.
noise.
They're
It's
gonna
just one
scam
more
the
step
card.
to make proxies. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in ChatGPT and I'm going to say remove the word sample and fill it in with a background so it looks correctly. And they're going to give me a perfect image and I'm going to slam that in. This is just one more
Yeah.
step to steal. Fuck out of here. Coach, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm gonna hit you up. Let's go for a ridiculous ride tomorrow.
Anywho, thank you everybody for being here, for being members, for giving us your time, for listening to us rave on about probably crap you didn't want to hear. My anti-woke stance and our opinionated takes on products and direction of the company.
Let me find that Aragorn with big titties.
Even if you show it to me, it still will never have the rise out of me that fucking faithless looting.
So Matt, I'm gonna put in an order. How many should I buy for him?
The Faithless Looting had him going too, but then when we were in Vegas, he got really like heated from the riots that were going on, or the what is it? Not riots, the picketing or whatever you want to call it. They were marching on something. He was so fucking tilted.
I mean, honestly, I think Magic's made some terrible decisions in 2025.
Oh, if you're talking about the union workers that were,
yeah. He was so angry. I've actually never seen him that angry. It was crazy to me. I'm like, who cares?
Like the car ride we had to like go get pancakes in that morning, it was just like one of the most like heated discussions we've ever had. And for it to be in person, I love the conversations, the back and forth. And I just, wrapping it up.
What
I do.
What Pat means is this is the Bob you get even in person.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's just no lag. That's the great thing about it is there's absolutely enjoyable. Looking back at us for 2025, I would say A-. I think we did really well, huge growth. Some of the things we did went phenomenally well, and I think our biggest miss was just not taking enough swings.
I'll say our biggest thing, and I'll give us more like a B or a B-, actually. Just consistency.
Yeah, that's why I said B-.
Missing shows, not putting out enough
shorts.
Doing a lot of shorts and then doing none, and like me doing streams and then stopping, and it's just consistency. We get a F. We get an F on consistency. The only thing that we're consistent as fuck on is this show. The Cardboard Conversations.
Hey, I started nailing.
So not an F. We get a D, right? At least, or maybe a C.
Well, the D&D shows, I do a pretty consistent job.
All right, so we'll give ourselves a C. How's that?
Our weekends are pretty solid, but everything
else is not so consistent.
Our weekends are pretty solid. We've actually missed the last two weeks of D&D, but that was holidays and snow. So the one we had a blizzard during that day, and they didn't really make it over. So
I think we've done fine. I'm going to continue. I hope that next week. First off, next week. So here you're hearing it first, and I'm going to have to talk to the guys behind the scenes. We got to go back and look and see what our predictions were for reprints last year. I think we're going to have to make that a segment for the first.
So that's something we have to just do for 2026 is just have a shared Google Doc with like some predictions. That's something a pretty big channel I follow. It's 3 dudes. and they do this kind of shit all the time, and that's something that they do and has helped them so much throughout their seasons, is shared Google Doc, and it's just random predictions. Oh, Matt said Storm is going to be worth $100 by the end of summer. Fuck out. Just that kind of stuff. And to be able to bring that up and be like, well, you know, some of our audience said that this would be better than it turned out to be, and it looks like I was right. So there's a reason you watch me and I don't watch you. You know, just that type of fun back and forth, to have some numbers to back up our shit talking. I would love that. It's going to be a great year. 2026 will be the best year, not only for our channel, but also for you, our incredible viewers. That's right. There's nothing else. That was a full stop.
What is the name of that fucking hippopotamus?
Hippogriff?
It's not hippogriff. It's
Feldegriff?
Feldegriff. Is that it?
Yeah, with a PH.
Okay. That card's going to make a comeback in 2026. There's my prediction.
Oh, fuck you so much.
What?
Why? Why would that card come back? That's if they reprint that, I will send you Cavern of Souls back.
Oh, they can't reprint it. I'm pretty sure that's a reserve list card, isn't it?
Ugh. They put some garbage on there.
I hope it's reserved so it never sees the light of day ever again.
What's wrong with Feldegriff?
It's fucking awful. It's the one that like gifts other people tokens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
It
would I
just
want to
like
give my
annoys
opponent
people
shit?
with tokens until it like does something stupid.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Well, because you could it's a 4/4 that at instant speed, return it to its owner's hand. Target opponent may draw a card. Fine. So it's a 4/4 that he can't kill. And you never have to pay commander tax on it.
I mean, for commander raids, yeah.
It's a hug card.
You didn't hear me, but I farted at that notion.
Feldegriff makes a comeback.
My equally ridiculous anticipation for 26 is Mutate comes back.
Oh, no way. Get out of here, dude. That's never. They're not even going to put it on a single card ever again.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, perfect place to put it. They're all mutants. It's a whole fucking thing. We're going to see Mutate come back. That's way more likely than Feldegriff. Matt, what is your ridiculous shit talk at the end of our show?
The next collector box will have 10 serialized cards to make up for all the lack of serialized cards that they previously didn't do.
You talking about Lorwyn?
Sure.
All right, so they're going to Brothers War that shit, huh?
Hell yeah.
Everything's serialized.
They make a set that's all serialized.
All
They're gonna make a single collector pack that'll be $1,000, but every card is serialized.
Imagine that. The commons are 1 out of 500,000.
Yep.
No, I would love to see it just for the logistical nightmare. And they're all $45 for a regular booster pack just because of the nightmare of printing them.
Well, no, it would only be collector boxes.
That's all you can get, the whole product, because that's all they can figure out how to do.
They're gonna make a new product called the Extra Collector box, and then it's gonna be all serialized cards all the time. You only get one pack for
collector
$1,000.
box. Yeah. The diehard collector.
Oh no, I know what they'll call the product, and I'm gonna end on this note. The new product line, cereal box.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's all cereal all the time.
Well,
All
hey,
right,
until next year, it's been Cardboard Odysseys. We've been hanging out, having some cardboard conversations. So not only do we appreciate you, we appreciate your dedication and your time. So thank you for being here with us. Until then, have a great one. Bye, y'all. This is where Bob dances. He hurt his neck last